Hey, what's up, everyone? How are you? How you doing? Hey, Tony, come on, brother. Don't tell, don't lie to the kids. They believe everything coming from you guys. Yeah. You can always ask me anything on Traders Lab. Hello, Aldo. How are you? Hello, Deepti. Good afternoon. Hey, what's up, Luke? Hola, Gabi. No, today I only played the indices. I mean, nothing was showing relative strength or weakness, so I was just playing the indices because also I had this idea. Also, I had this idea that there's a huge divergence between SPY and QQQ. So one of the other needed to catch up, right? So I was watching closely both indices, expecting that or SPY going lower or QQQ going higher or whatever they wanted to do, but they needed like kind of a of catch up, right? So I was, for being honest, I was just watching the indices today. Hello, Deepti. Hola, Orlando. Hello, Stan. Ahaif. Hello, Ann. Abdo. Salman. Omar. Justin. Hi, Sina. All right, guys. So, hey, Tokayo. So, I'm gonna try to go a little bit with some speed because I'm still managing a trade right here. So, please forgive me if you see me kind of distracted. Hey, boy, welcome back. Hey, Michael. So let me try to do this kind of fast. All right. So AMD today awful price action since this morning, but I kind of like this reclaim of 157.32. This 157.32 was a key level on the 15-minute chart. So I kind of like this break, displacement, and retest of this 157.32. Also because the indices were showing, well, at least SPY, it was showing some sort of uptrend, right? Again, this is not my favorite setup. This is not my favorite price action, but it was kind of showing some uptrends on the indices. So this reclaim with this kind of strength. I really like it. I didn't take it. But I was looking at it. So I think AMD beat you, Michael. Talk to me. Tell me. Uh, Gabi, you had a loss on AMD. So guys, when you tell me about your trades, it's always easier if you tell me like, hey, I was taking calls or puts on this candle, my stop loss was this key level or this price, and my targets were these ones. So that's gonna be easier for me to go over the chart and give you feedback about it, right? uh, so if you can, how did you draw 157.32? All right, that's a good question. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. 157.32 was this kind of low of Monday, and also it was this this level right here on last Friday. So not sure if this is clear for you. That's where this is coming from, 157.32. Jack Anthony kept trying to take the reclaim of 157.60. Yeah, the pre-market high. Yeah, but it never kind of, like, it was late when it actually reclaimed that level. Yeah, a few rejections right here, 158. Yeah, so it was tricky. AMD was tricky today. So actually, this was kind of the only opportunity that I watched here. I mean, you can also be waiting for the break and retest of this pre-market high 157.60, but it was late in the morning, 11:30, so not my kind of trades. So I wasn't even watching this one. Yeah, I mean, for that was the play, right? I think I was watching the live stream when they were looking for the break here or the reclaim of this 157.60, but it never came. It never came. Um, all right, let's go to the next one here. This was Amazon. Amazon was again, everything. All of the tech names today were kind of tricky because we have Tesla and Google earnings today. So yeah, everything was kind of tricky today. Market is expectant of what's going on with this earning session, earning season. Sorry. So the only thing like kind of clear that I was watching here on Amazon was this break and retest of the 5 minute opening range low that also was below this 228. Let me These 228. I've been drawing these key levels on Amazon. Like, look how well it's respecting 228, 228.50, 229, probably 229.50 right here. Yeah, it's 20. Look at this. 229.50 right here. Look at this. I mean, these are not like key levels or out of the price action, but just because they are kind of psych numbers, look how well they have been respecting these levels. So probably I'm gonna just delete them in the next days. But look at this. I mean, it was this break and retest of the 5 minute opening range low right at the 228 key level. So I was liking this, and also as you can see here, I actually got a circle right here. So it was the retest of the 5 minute opening range low on QQQ. So this was kind of the only play that I was watching. But after looking at this awful price action, I mean, you better sit on your hands. You better sit on your hands. Let me go back just to watch this AMD call 935. AMD call 935. Okay, you were watching this the same level 157.32, and you were out 942. Yeah. Okay. It For me it was just too early. I mean that's why I like to wait at least 10 minutes for the market to open. Because this is what happens. I mean, you have an idea or something, but there's no enough information to actually take a bias for the day. Okay, Neto, the Amazon example still has many errors with that type of retest when there is no clear displacement. Yeah, well, the thing here is that look at this. This kind of very obvious downtrend right here, Gabi. So it's actually making lower highs, lower lows right here. So you were only waiting for an actual retest of some relevant key level, and this relevant key level was the 5 minute opening range low. And also, just as I explained on the QQQ chart, I mean, it was retesting and rejecting the 5 minute opening range low. So it was kind of, a few correlations on the price action. But this is I mean, this could be a few things, right? I mean, if you are like really a pattern trader, you might be looking at this like a bull flag, but this bull flag is coming from this drop. So probably this is what they call a fair value gap. So it just dropped too hard, so it came back for the liquidity lost in the middle of this drop, and well, it just continued to the downside. It just continued to the downside to where? To 27.27, previous week high. So this was an external liquidity key level on the daily chart. On the daily chart. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like this is kind of choppy, but it's kind of choppy, but it's slowly grinding to the downside. Slowly grinding to the downside. So if you want to be kind of, like with a higher probability entry, you wait for some sort of level right here, right? Like we did here. Or if you are like more aggressive, Gabi, you may be waiting for the weakness right here on this 228.08. Look at the price action right here. So it was support turned into resistance, and on these candle wicks, everything went like like to the downside. So you can see sellers stepping in right here. So this was a little earlier entry, but again, this was a good one. This was a good one, even when it was earlier. Probably no displacement, but looking at all of the weakness right here, it was a nice entry here. So not sure if you are following me there. Um, okay, you're very welcome, Gabby. DC, you woke up late today. Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, it's good that you identify that. I mean, you didn't force anything, so that's a win for me. Mr. Hans tried Amazon 945. 945 puts, I think, right? Field and took 84% again at 1020. It broke 1020. All right, I see. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. Well, actually, that's kind of good. I mean, I don't see. I don't think this is kind of like the 84% rule, because usually the 84% rule, it happens like a few minutes later, because the market structure is intact and everything. And here, actually, the market structure is intact, but like this is a good question for Tony and Jack, and I think they have answered in the past. But I will ask again, like if in the 84% rule they have like a time rule, like if it happens after, I don't know, like 15-20 minutes, then it's just a different trade. Uh, that might be right. Okay, so let's go to the next one, guys. NVIDIA. Remember I told you yesterday, or I mean, yeah, this whole week, this microchip this microchip rally. I mean, it can go 90 degrees to the outside. I mean, you actually need a pullback. You need, cool off a little bit. So this is actually very decent. So I was watching this one. I mean, I actually had this yellow arrow for me as a reminder that if it was kind of respecting this 168.90 or 169, let's say 169, I will be interested on calls. But again, it was just showing a lot of weakness. Not a super nice bounce out of this 168. Look at this. It's coming to the T, to this 168 key level. So that's why I don't like to set too many lines, but I'm always aware of the round numbers, or even the half numbers, like 170.50. Look at this, 170.50. You can see there's a lot of reactions. There's a lot of reactions on round numbers and half numbers. So you should be always watching at this. All right. A Hive, NVIDIA calls 938. All right. This retest of the pre-market high. Yeah, well, it just didn't have continuation. But look at this. I mean, actually, the indices were pushing higher. That was a nice correlation. That was a nice confluence. It just, I mean, it didn't work. Tokayo 1004, 1004. I like it. It's actually display, right? You scale out mostly 1006. Yeah, I mean, always be selling into strength. Remember, guys, when I mean, I know we should have our key levels and everything or targets, but if you see a candle like this, you should be selling. You should be selling. Like that's a phrase from a coach in another community. It's his handle. It's no risk, no premium, and he has this acronym APSIS. Always be selling into strength, and that's what I do. I mean, that's what I do. You always want to be selling into strength because if you were selling like right here on this candle 168.11, let's say that you sold in, I don't know, like 150, but then it retraces a little bit and it comes back again to the same level. Well, now it's not gonna be 150, it's gonna be something less. Why? Because that's how Greeks work. I mean, if on options you want to take advantage of speed and momentum, right? So if speed and momentums are broken because this small pullback, it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same. All right. So these are the only two opportunities that I was watching on NVIDIA. Again, my play the only play that I was watching for NVIDIA was the reclaim of this 169 to the upside, but it has not shown anything like sexy, like like shiny to actually follow. So the only two plays that I was watching here, and it was because the indices were going down this morning, were these two, like the break and retest of the 1 minute opening range, and also it was the opening price, and then the break and retest of this 168.90, let's say 169, and that's it. I mean, yes, we had here the change of character. So yes, maybe this was another good entry to the upside with the indices going higher. But well, I don't know. I mean, it's market. It's not doing anything. Can you see? Market is just chilling right now. I mean, we had this huge candle, and it was something about the tariffs, right? But the market is overreacting to these tariffs things because they announced okay, we have a deal. All right, okay, and what's the deal about? And sometimes it's like, oh well, we have a deal with Tanzania or Thailand, or like small countries with no impactful weight on the economy. So sometimes it's like, well, I mean, these candles, I like to buy the news or sell the news. Yeah, so I will buy like at the top of these candles because it's coming down. It's coming down because I mean, the deal, it's not even important. It's not relevant. So well, that's my truth. Well, Tesla, I didn't set anything on Tesla because I mean, they are having earnings today. Is it today? Yeah. They are having earnings today at on the aftermarket. So I didn't even I wasn't watching this. Well, but look at this. It's flirting with this 330 key level. So yeah, nothing on Tesla. I was watching this Microsoft thing. This Microsoft, let me take a look here. This Microsoft has been doing this, right? Can you see how it's downtrending right here? So I was watching this weakness here below previous day low. Below previous day low, it tried this uh, broke down again, retested this 1 minute opening range low, and it went to the previous week low. That was really nice. It was this one. This is previous week low. No, no, this is previous week low. This is uh previous week Monday's low. Something like that. Yeah, yeah. 50103, 50103. Yeah, that was it. So, any tools you recommend to find the latest news? I just go to Twitter. Well, X. I just go to X, and I do have a few reliable sources, but I mean they are not like reliable because they are not. I mean they are just sources. They are not giving opinions or commentary about the news. They're just like releasing the news. So probably I'm gonna share with you. Let's do it tomorrow. I don't have my Twitter account ready to just share the handles. But I will share tomorrow for sure. If you are Casey, if you are on the Discord or Traders Lab, just tag me there, and I will drop a few names that you should be following for news. Right? All right. Um, this was the Palantir. This was Palantir again. 150. I think 150 is the magnet. Can you see right here? 150 to the downside, 150 to the downside, reclaim of 150. So now it's 150 to the upside. Well, 150 has been the key level right here, and then 150.82 for that. That's a key level on the daily chart. So I think 150 was the ATM today here in Palantir. It offered a few good opportunities. So Apple, well, look at someone was looking Apple this morning. Someone was watching Apple this morning. Um, Let me go to Apple here. Look at this. I mean, this is the range we are playing with Apple right now, right? From 212 to 215. So you don't want to you don't want to touch Apple here. Yeah, you don't want to touch Apple until it breaks one way or the other, right? So I don't trust Apple. I wasn't watching Apple. So it actually never offered like a good opportunity here. Look at this. I mean, what is this? The 13. Maybe if you were watching like this round number 213, several retests there, but it's not doing anything. Apple is not doing anything. That's why I don't like Apple. That's why I don't like Apple, right? Um, and well, Google, they have earnings today, so nothing for me on Google. And I think that's it. Today was not like a interesting day. As I told you, I think the place where actually watching. Look at this. I was trying to watch this what's going on? How SPY and QQQ need to catch up. They really need to catch up. Look at this. I'm gonna show you this. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh my gosh. All right. So look at this. I mean, I'm sorry if this is taking forever. I'm using my screen from my laptop. So all right. So as you can see here, we are in all-time highs with SPY, but QQQ has been lagging, right? QQQ has been lagging right here. Look at this huge candle to the downside. It actually retested these previous all-time highs, but right here on SPY, it was actually, like just a chill candle. So in my opinion, and this is just an opinion, guys, this is just an opinion, something needs to happen here. Or SPY goes lower to catch up with QQQ, or QQQ will go higher to catch up with SPY. But this divergence is not, it's not common. It's not common. They are usually doing the same thing. They are moving kind of the same way. So I don't know. I think my opinion is that SPY will go lower to catch up with QQQ. But I mean, that's just an opinion. I mean, you can have a candle like we did today, like this one, 11:45. Well, this is the 15-minute chart, but if you go to the 1-minute chart, it was just crazy, right? I think it was like around noon, probably. Uh, what tool shows the red stop, green take profit on trading view? Well, it's called the long position and the short position. If you go here, yeah, on this tools bar, on this projection tab, you have long position and short position, and that's how we do it. I mean, it doesn't give you like the exact risk for, especially for options, but if you are playing stocks only, that actually works to the penny. And if you are trading options, I mean, that's just a visual reference, right? That's just a visual reference. And okay, guys, I don't have too much to share today. As I was telling you, it, not good price action today on the tech names, Max Evans, or even in the indices, right? I mean, it's it's just, they are just waiting. They are just waiting for earnings today. So let's see what happens. Today is gonna be tomorrow is gonna be very interesting. Tomorrow is gonna be very interesting because we will have earnings. I mean, tonight we will have earnings for two of the most influential companies on both indices, Tesla and QQQ. So if you guys are waiting for a catalyst for better price action, that's gonna be so tomorrow is gonna be different. All right, guys, so that will be all for today. I'm sorry I can't share more stuff. It's just a boring day. So I just hope that you had a nice and calm trading day, and you are watching and being respectful of your risk management. And that's it. Well, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Bye.